about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes.
Zullen die witte mensen zeggen, wij zijn niet van hem. Wij zijn niet hetzelfde als die Afrikanen. En wij weten het via de Bijbel ook. Waarom? Als je het boek Deuteronomy chapter 28 leest, al die vloeken dat op Judah zijn gekomen, en Benjamin en Levi en die andere tribes, zijn bij ons. Ja? Je had de boek?
Maar ik vind jullie goed hoor. Pas ook door.
Not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans and Canaanites.
Okay. Je bent een Israelite, hè? Maar
ja. See, our people in slavery?
Yeah,
okay. Because we are the Jewish people. For one, the African is not the one like us because we go into slavery. The most I use African. The African gets us to be in slavery.
En laat me wat vertellen, hè? En laat me wat vertellen, meneer.
Ik vind de Afrikaanse leider moet ook excuus vragen.
Nee.
En hebben ons verzocht.
ze moeten geen excuus vragen.
Ja, en dan Holland.
Samen met die
En
andere
moeten ons
rassen.
excuus vragen, dan ben ik tevreden.
U gaat geen excuus van ze krijgen. U gaat ook geen excuus van ze krijgen.
Ik weet het, ze gaan, maar dat...
waarom zeg je dat voor?
Hen moet toch excuus vragen.
Als iemand je een klap geeft, als je een echte man bent, iemand geeft je een klap. Is sorry genoeg of wil je hem terugslaan?
Omdat ze weten dat ze
Nee, ik vraag je
hebben.
wat. Als iemand je een klap geeft, is sorry genoeg of een klap terug is genoeg? Als je een echte man bent.
Ja, maar dan moet iedereen achter je staan als je die klap geeft.
Als iemand je nu een klap verkoopt, wat ga je dan doen?
Ja?
Een klap teruggeven of ga je sorry? Ik wil sorry horen.
Ik kan de klap teruggeven.
Wel dan.
Maar dan moet je moet je het hele volk achter je hebben.
Nee, we
En dat
hebben alleen
hebben we
God
niet.
nodig.
We hebben alleen God nodig. God heb je nodig. En los van dat, en meneer, los van dat, als u echt iets wil weten over Bouterse, waarom zijn al die Creolen hier in Nederland? Waarom zijn we naar Nederland gekomen? Omdat Bouterse de situatie in Suriname onstabiel maakte. Wat gebeurt er inmiddels? Amerika, Canada en die zogenoemde Nederlandse mensen gaan er vandoor met onze rijkdommen in Suriname. En wij zitten hier stom te zijn. Wie heeft ervoor gezorgd? Bouterse. Pindakaaspotjes gevuld met poep. Suriname eind begin jaren 80. Je weet het zelf, waarom loop je door? Bouterse is de duivel.
That's right.
En de zogenoemde witman is ook de duivel. Fok ze allebei. Kom een duim opsteken hier voor ons.
That's right.
Maar een span, akka.
You see, that's why we have a fish now. We just have a fish. The fish standing up and asking some question. So we receive a fish. That's according to the Bible, have telling us what to do. So we try to wake him up. But sometimes he confused. He understand him.
This is John, I got it.
Okay. Well, will you have something?
Isaiah chapter 36 verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom? 63, sorry. Isaiah chapter 63 verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garment of Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine vat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people that was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall sprinkle upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeem is come. And I looked, and there was none to help me, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. And I will tread down the people in my anger, and make them drunk in my fury. And I will bring down their strength to earth.
Yeah. The Most High were fucking mad at Esau. The Most High already hate Esau. He don't like Esau. Esau the fucking so-called white man. So white man is the devil. He's the father from Satan. He's the offspring from Cain. You see? That's why he come back.
It's even more cold. It's more cold. Yeah, no, it's more cold.
This is Lamentations chapter 1 verse 15. The Lord had trodden underfoot all my mighty men in the midst of me. He had called an assembly against me to crush my young men.
Yeah.
The Lord had trodden the virgin, the daughter of Judah, as in a wine press. You know, it's a quick precept to what he just read.
So, why try to continue talking about the Illuminati in Holland? The Holland want try to make a new virus. It's called
Avian flu.
H5N1.
Avian flu.
So,
Avian flu.
yeah. So that's the government from America, UNICEF. They want pay them to make it. For what? Why they want to have this virus? They want to make a big virus on the people? They want to deceive the people again?
Can I say this, Naka?
Yeah, go.
Just today in the news, the Dutch media
Yeah.
news, there was a article, nu.nl, kan je zelf van checken. There was an article in the news. They were saying that this whole situation about the avian flu being reintroduced. They evolved it in the Erasmus Universiteit. It's in Den Haag or in Leiden. It's one of the cities in, or it's in Rotterdam. You know, Erasmus University, and they're trying to find out if these people are guilty for evolving the virus, because before it was just jumping from animal to animal, but they evolved it that it can jump from an animal to a human being, and it kills 50% of the people it makes sick. So if 350 people died of the avian flu worldwide, that means more than 700 people were infected with the virus. So now that's typically evil, because they already brought it into the world, but now they're gonna, after the problem is already there, now they wanna fool the world, and that's typically Illuminati. They wanna fool the world that they're gonna justify it again, they're gonna settle it again. But they're not gonna settle anything, man. They're gonna kill a lot of fucking people, man.
That's Illuminati, man. Illuminati try to deceive us people, but people don't know what's going on. See,
That's right.
well, fuck all this come for. But look, what I'm trying to tell you that something could happen in 2012. But yeah, watch out. Illuminati play smart now. Even the Olympic for 2012 in London, they're going to make some shit happen in there. But all you watch out. I try to tell all you, our brother and sister, the one, the shoes one in the 12th tribe. This is our people, the Most High warn you, but all you don't listen, then you be a lack of knowledge.
Got a scripture, man. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 21.
Yeah.
The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee, until he have consumed thee from off the land whither thou goest to possess it.
Yeah.
Pestilence, man. H1N1.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
H1,
So that was trying to tell all you, the so-called white man, to deceive the world, because the Most High curse us, because we transgress, we are sin. So the Most High give the world to the so-called white man, according to Job. Job, give me Job 24.
Matthew chapter
Job
20.
24 9. Wait. Give me Job 24 9. So, that's why the Most High gave the word to him, so the white man should deceive him. You understand? According to the Bible.
9:24,
Job chapter 9, 24, sorry.
This is Job chapter 9, verse 24.
Yeah.
The earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
The earth is given to the hand of who?
Of the wicked.
The earth is given to the hand of who?
Wicked.
The wicked are so-called white people.
That's right.
According to the Bible.
So is that.
The earth is given to the hand of a wicked. Who is the wicked? Who is rule the world? Who's rule the world? What going on there? Oh, Israel, you don't see what happened there? Huh?
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
You see, he want our people to worship the fucking white man? The so-called white man? Why? Oh, Israel, wake up! I'm here telling you the truth.
That's right.
The earth is given to the fucking so-called white man.
That's right.
The Illuminati. The Illuminati rule the fucking world. What's going on there? What you see with your own eye? The fucking Illuminati eye seen all over because you have an eye. The pyramid with the fucking eye seen all over. What he doing? He deceived us. That's why the Lord said the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Who is the wicked? Who rule the world?
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
You see, cover the face of the churches.
If not, where
Why?
and who is he?
Who? Where is he? That's why we know who he be. I'm here to tell you the truth, who we are. We are the children of Israel. We are the choose one. We are the choose people, according to the Bible. But Esau is a devil. He's the father of Satan. Give me the chapter that talk about him.
John 8.
He's the father of Satan. You know in Rome.
Father of all lies.
You know it? Okay, give me that one. That's the one. Because Esau speak lies.
Yeah, I got it.
Esau never tell you the truth. He's a murderer. He's a murderer from back in the day. So now he will continue to murder. That's why Illuminati he sacrificed the people. Got that?
This is John chapter 8 verse 44.
Yeah.
Ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning.
He was a murderer. Why you call it he was a murderer? Back in the day, what happened in Cain? Cain and Abel. Cain murdered his brother. So now they came back to Jacob brother, Esau, the twin. So Esau is the hunter. He like to hunt. That's what happened. Huh?
Wait, hey, where you from? Hey,
Where
you from?
London.
London.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like America either.
You got
Just America, it's the whole world.
The
Yeah.
West.
you got Scottish
Irish.
you got Scottish ancestry or Irish
Nee,
ancestry.
I'm Irish. I'm Irish.
You're
Do you know
Irish.
that
Irish, you are
Irish are
Israel, look Irish.
Why?
Irish is a black people. Go ahead.
My grandfather is from Ghana.
Yeah?
Africa.
Okay, you are our brother,
Ghana.
according to the Bible.
Look.
You might be.
Look,
So
you
white
might
people
be.
aren't brothers?
No, listen. Check. Check.
Just black people?
Listen, no, wait a minute. I'm explaining here. Look. They say the Africans and the so-called slave descendants are family, right?
Okay.
We're not close. The closest one to us is actually the white man, because he's our brother. That's why he put us in
Well,
slavery.
we're all the same inside.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, and a black woman. Her name was Rebecca, and the black man was Isaac. Then the first came out red. It says in Genesis the first came out red. Genesis chapter 25, verse 25 and verse 26. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. Just like a hairy garment. Back in the days they used to dye their garments red. And that's the first red baby on the planet Earth. So the first so-called white baby, because there are no white people and there are no black people. This is black and this is white. You're not white and I'm not black. I'm a different shade of brown, dark brown, and you're a different shade of red. Now, it is said he has sold his birthright for a piece of raw meat. Until this day, the only nation that eats raw meat and hunts on a full stomach is the so-called white man, because he doesn't even need food, he just goes hunting. It's in his spirit. And he loves to dwell in homes. It says it. And who calls each other homie? The so-called black man and the so-called Native American. But check this out. If your line goes back to this man, the black man, then you are of his nations, like the Sicilians. Have you seen the movie True Romance?
Yeah, cool.
What do they say about the Sicilians? They say they are a bunch of spawns of niggas, right? Because if your great-grandfather is a black man, and then all of a sudden he gets his seed, right? You push his seed, 100% seed in a woman, and that woman might be Chinese, white, whatever, so-called, whatever, okay? That child that comes out might look like the mother, blue eyes, blonde hair, but it's actually Negro child because it's my seed. I just put it in there for 9 months. Every man on the earth has children within him since he was 12 years old. No woman on earth has children in him. Those are not her children. Those are your children. You just borrowed it to her for 9 months and then she pops it out. But it's your kid. But anyway, if that kid wants to go in another country and make children with other women and he keeps on producing a male child, that seed is my seed. So it looks like an Asian or whatever. Maybe 500 years later, it looks like an Asian, but it's my clone. I made it. So if your ancestry goes back to the black man or the Native American, then you're an Israelite and you could be saved. Like 1/3 of the nation of Israel only is going to get saved because soon everybody's going to die and all the other nations are going into slavery under the so-called Negroes. Yeah. All other nations are going to go into slavery under these men, the so-called Negroes, and the so-called Negroes, and the Haitians, the Domin, the
So what's your
so-called.
date? What's your date?
The what?
What's your date for this happening?
The date
Who
is.
is that man? Who's that man?
The date is. Wait a minute. The date we don't know the date, but it's soon because in Matthew 24, verse. You want to read that for me? Matthew 24, verse 3.
This is Matthew chapter 24, 24, verse 3 to 8. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be?
They asked that one of the disciples went to the so-called, the man that they call Jesus, which is not Jesus, and that's not Jesus because in the Bible it says he has hair like wool and skin of brass. That's as if it burned in the furnace. If you take even a white piece of paper and you throw it in the furnace, what?
So it's black.
Okay, so he's black. Brass is dark brown. Brass is this color. This is brass. And if you throw this in the furnace, it comes out looking like this, but not that dark, but real dark. But anyway, go on.
Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming?
The sign of thy coming. So when is he gonna come back? Because they say the so-called Jesus, that's not his name. That's a Roman name because the letter J isn't in the Hebrew. It's a Roman letter, and it was invented in the year 1400. So the letter J before the 1400s didn't even exist. So his name could never be Jesus. But go on. And Jehovah also, and Yahweh also, because the letter E doesn't exist in the Hebrew also. So go on.
And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Jesus answered and said unto him, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ.
A lot of people are doing that right now. If you watch the internet, you see a lot of goofy people waking up and just calling themselves Jesus, but we'll go on.
And shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Wars and rumors of war. What do you hear now in Libya and Syria? Okay, those are rumors of war and wars, little wars spurring up and stuff like that. Go on.
See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass.
Don't worry, everything needs to be
But the end is not yet.
okay.
For nation shall rise against nation,
Nations rise against nations, so countries are gonna fight against countries. They're gonna raise up towards each other and go on.
and kingdom against kingdom.
Kingdom against kingdom.
And there shall be famines and pestilences
So there are gonna be race wars because nations are gonna go against nations. Go on.
and earthquakes in diverse places.
How many earthquakes were there? Last year it was measured that the earthquakes have risen 300% since they ever started measuring, and they started measuring since the 1900s or something like that. 1900s, 130 or 20. Since then till 2011, I read it in an article. They said the earthquakes have risen and the natural violences. I mean the what you call that?
Natural disaster.
Natural disasters, yeah, have risen 300%. Now go on.
Salaki.
Go ahead. Hey, thanks for
For
that.
all these things must come to pass.
I'm
but
just
the
saying,
end is
no,
not
no,
yet.
If your ancestry goes back to so-called Negroes or the so-called Indianos, then you're an Israelite also. And the Irish, what does Irish mean? The word Irish. What does Scot mean? Black. Dublin means black. So who ruled there? we did.
What's that got to do with anything, though?
That's got to do with everything, because that
What's
means
the main point?
we're trying to wake up our people, because destruction is going to come, and everybody is going to, the most of our people are going to die. So we're just trying to wake up our people. We're not searching for everybody, because the Bible already says 2/3 of our people is going to die, and we're not even talking about